All right, we're here with Baker University head track and field coach Ryan Pitts. Coach, to start off, I wanted to talk about some of the recognition you guys have been receiving. You've received quite a few Hart Athlete of the Weeks. This past week, Gloria won. Corey Peoples has won a couple. Kendall Holman as well, and a few other athletes. But talk about the way that they've been performing and receiving that recognition. What does that mean for you guys?
That means it's always great for people to get recognized once they hit a certain mark, accomplish certain feats within the sport. With Corey was early, hitting a big, not a PR, but a qualifying mark in the shot, throwing 16 meters on his first throw of the outdoor season. So that was always good. And Kendall's always she's my steady Eddie, always staying consistent with their vaults, but still hoping that she hits that mark and that qualifying mark in the vaults. And then Gloria this past weekend at Tabor to really put the hammer down and get out there and against some great competition and hit B standard in the 100 and A standard in the 200 was just a great thing. And they're peaking and hitting the marks that they should be at this point in the season as we approach, close towards the end of the season.
Yeah, this past weekend, you guys were pretty busy. You had some athletes at Tabor and at the 90th annual Kansas Relays. Recap those meets for us. What were your thoughts on our performances?
Yeah, last week was a long week. 3 days, 3 track meets, but it went well. We got Tyler out there in the Open Tyler was in the Open 800. He ran a seasonal best. Bird in the 400 ran a seasonal best. The men's 4x4. Qualified for the final for the second year in a row, and we got a season best out of that. We're on pace to where I would like for us to be for when it's time for us to put out that big mark, hopefully next week at the at conference finals. Then over at Tabor, just a lot of people hitting their seasonal best. Mayan, Elrington in the 200, nice times in the 200. She improved by 2 seconds from the last time she ran it. Erica Esch has been coming along. In her first season of running track, being in a real track system and learning the training, she's taking in a lot of information, but she can run, and I think she'll be equally as good in track as she is in soccer. Just across the board. And then we had a real big performance from Jack Taylor, dropping 1094 and going 22-1 in the 200. People are just coming around, at the right time, at the right moments, and this is where I expect them to be.
Yeah, you mentioned a lot of the personal bests and a really successful weekend. And now we're getting late into the season with conference coming up. Do you feel pretty comfortable with where your team's at heading into conference coming up?
Definitely. And I think they're starting to become a little more comfortable. Everyone expects to be Michael Johnson or Flojo the first time they step on the track, and it's like you have to understand that our sport does not work that way. We have to be consistent, and then you'll see the big improvement. And that's the mindset, that's the mentality of the system that we teach here. And once they start to see those marks coming along towards the end of the season, they start to understand. And with better marks, obviously comes more confidence. And heading into conference, that's definitely what we need, because we're going to have our work cut out for us, because our conference is just so much stronger now, so much stronger. But the better they get, the more confident they become.
Yeah, this Saturday we will host the Zach Kindler Open, so a lot of teams coming in. Preview for us. What teams we'll expect, and what's your hopes from your squad.
Well, what we do is what we generally have. We have a lot of teams that'll come. There will be a little less entries. We may have up to about 15 teams, but it'll be less entries as opposed to the Baker Relays, which we have 11 schools with more entries. We have less schools, more entries. And that's because a lot of teams will use this meet as a tune-up meet. So, we'll have athletes probably running one race. Some people probably resting this week. But you want to have that tune-up right before the conference meet, and that's what a lot of people use this track meet as. Just to tune up, make sure we're staying in shape to get some type of a workout in, so we're not too loose. We're not too complacent once conference is here the following week.
Yeah, it'll be a special day. The track meet is named after our former head coach, Zach Kindler, and he brought so many great things to this program and to this university. Let's talk about Coach Kindler and his legacy and what he meant to you and your program.
You could never replace someone like Zach. I aspire to be as good as he was as a coach and instill that winning mentality within the program that he did, because he did such a great job when he was here. I always feel it was so unfortunate that I didn't get to work with him, because he did hire me personally, and I was really looking forward to it, but I never got the opportunity. So for him to have hired me, and now I have his position, it means a lot. And, I have really big shoes to fill, and I try to mirror everything, not so much everything. I try to mirror as much in his image as possible, but through my own system. And I really wish I could have been there to observe him as a coach throughout some of the years, and unfortunately I wasn't able to. But when I think about Zach, he set such a high standard for this program, and I do my best as a coach to try and live up to that standard.
Well, thank you, Coach. Great words about Coach Kindler. We will see you Saturday out at Listen Stadium.
All right, thank you.